Hey there, Melting here with a new haircut. It's shorter now. So this video will mainly focus on the things I will be focusing on the spring season. And I've managed to narrow it down just to 6 things. There's also a whole bunch of others which I'll probably end up watching later, but these 6 are the ones I'm going to be focusing on over the next 13 or so weeks. The first of my 6 shows is Aiura, which I think is going to be a 3-minute slice of life comedy sort of show. It's been pitched a lot similar to Azumanga, but only with like 3 characters, and I like my slice of life. I liked Yamano Susumu from last season, so I think I'll really enjoy this one. It looks fun. Staying in the theme of slice of life and comedy comes my romance comedy, which I'm looking forward to. This one has a long title, Yahari Ore no Seishun Love Come wa Machigatteiru. Though luckily a lot of people have just been shortening the show's name to Yahari. I've chosen this one pretty much based upon the picture. The art style looks really cool, but it's more the design of one of the characters in the show. I'll explain a little bit more about the show first. It's basically starring this do-nothing-nothinger guy called Hachiman. And that's when his teacher comes in. The teacher encourages him, well, more forces him to join the service club, which coincidentally is made up of mainly girls, and it looks like fun, happy comedy times happen from there. His teacher's character design looks awesome, he just looks badass. Still in the vein of comedy, and this is the one that I've been mainly looking forward to over the last 3 months since I watched the first season. Oreimo Season 2! I watched this show based on a recommendation and I loved it. Some people are put off a bit by the name of the show, being My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute, but trust me, if you get over that and a bit further, you will enjoy it. This season takes off from where the OVA stopped, which is good because the OVA was one of my favourite parts of the anime, because it mainly focused on Neko, who I think is an adorable character. This one, I hope I'm not hyping up too much, but it's one I will definitely watch consistently through the entire season. And that somehow brings me neatly to the mech series of this season that I really want to watch. Suisei no Gargantia, I hope it's called. I watched the trailer for the show and it looked really interesting. It kind of reminded me a bit of Eureka 7, and that was a fantastic show, and anything that reminds me of that must be somewhat good. It's based around this guy who fights with mechs, and he's in this war-torn universe, and then crazily a space-time continuum sort of wormhole sucks him through to this place which is an Earth which is covered by water, and towns sort of float on top. It's an interesting take on the mech series, and I think I can predict a bit of the storyline, but a lot of it sounds interesting to me, so that's why I'm going to watch this one. Now for probably the most hyped show of the season, Shingeki no Kyojin, or better known as Attack on Titan. Interestingly, I looked at the first volume of this manga and thought the art looked a bit crummy. It wasn't the best and it looked a lot darker, and then when I watched the trailer, the art looks amazing. From what I know, it's about a brother and sister who live in this land which is ruled by these giant humanoid figures called Titans, and it's their goal to take these Titans out. Finally, on my 6 main series I want to watch is Devil Survivor 2. Now, some of you might know from my previous videos that I'm a big fan of Persona 4, and Devil Survivor 2 is made by the same people. It's another game-adapted anime, and it's weirdly based off the sequel to another game which hasn't been made into an anime yet. That sounds confusing. It starts off with our protagonist, hopefully they'll give him a name like they did with Yu Narukami, and he gets sent this text of people and their predicted day of deaths, and it sort of starts off from that. It's sort of like a mystery suspense, and it just looks good. Yeah, I'm just fanboying all over this one, even though I haven't played the game yet. So yeah, that's my list of 6, and then I have the whole bunch of other shows I want to watch. I'll go through them really quickly. Red Data Girl. Shrine Girl goes to live in city, looks different. Karneval, which is about a circus of pretty men who somehow become a detective agency. Kakumeiki Valvrave, which is a sunrise mech series, and I like sunrise mech series. Hataraku, which has a longer name, but it's about a demon king who has to go from the demon world and get a normal job in normal world. Then there's Kanno, which is about a harem that just happens. Aku no Hana, which is a love triangle about this guy who likes this girl, and then he gets caught stealing this girl's clothes by another girl who puts him in a contract. It's meant to be a psychological romance. And then there's the last one, which I can't even remember the name of, but it's an adaptation of a manga. It looks like a cross between Oreimo and Kotoura-san, so that one also sounds interesting. There aren't any OVAs I'm really looking at for this season, but in the movies there are two. And those two start with Saint Onii-San, which is a weird one about Jesus and Buddha living in an apartment together. And the other one is Kick Hard, which was a crowdsourced movie about a sort of Romeo and Juliet of wrestling. And for a time, if you'd contributed to this project, you could have got a digital download or some physical stuff. See? Lots of shows, lots of good things to watch this series, and still I think there are some I'm missing out on. So spring will be fun. So those are my shows for this season. If you've got a comment on one of them, or you've got one which I'm definitely missing out on that you think I should definitely watch, then please write a comment below. I love having conversations with you. If you like this video, then like it, or maybe even subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more stuff. Thank you for watching, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and until next time, bye.